Hi Dominators! In the previous episode we had the pleasure of watching some serious action against 3Ds. You may wonder how can someone attack successfully 3D bases when they also have a strong defensive museum? The answer lies in preparation. That not only involves memorizing the attack sequence for Komis and Zooks, but doing all the university and library research, creating a good council, practicing in friendly battles, and most of all, building a museum that is dedicated for our purpose. Let's hop on to the artifacts that will lead us to mass slaughtering 3D bases. You will need two weapons with double lines of fighter and guerrilla damage, and as an added bonus a fifth line for bazooka or heavy tanks. Guerrilla damage is important because all buildings will need one shot from your Komis and the outer wall will fall swifter, and this is very important. It goes without question that you can use 4-liners if you can't find 5-liners due to their rarity. Next, you will need to craft 3 armor artifacts. The third is for when you build Hermitage Wonder in Information Age and you get an extra museum slot. Again, you need double lines of fighter and guerrilla hit points, and you want to have good stats as well. All 1% or 3% artifacts will not do if you are going against 3Ds. You need 6% lines too. Stacking 3 armor artifacts and Wellrod with Da Vinci will get you really high stats. Your equipment artifacts need to have double lines of EDST, 3 or 6%, and an almost equal distribution of all enemy defensive towers, damage and hit points. If you have to choose one of the two, then always choose damage, as this needs to max at 85%. Do not exceed 85%, as this is the current hard-coded limit that BHG has imposed on almost all negative lines. Anything above that will go to waste. Your all enemy defensive tower hit points can be lower than 85%, as the usage of Recon mitigates the high all defensive tower hit points some defenders have. The required legendary artifacts are Da Vinci, Wellrod and Leonidas, and that last one is the most crucial, as you will need the quick victory bonus against the hardest bases. The overall stats for Apollon were EDST 124%, Fighter HP 114% and Guerrilla HP 100%. If we add the council stats from Cleopatra, Great Alexander, Pericles and other councilors and committees, then the stats go even higher. I have seen other players take down 3Ds with inferior museum stats, but they all had more than 80% in the lines that mattered. And is working on university, library, museum and council enough to get you started? Yes, it is, as you will have the basics all completed, but you have to train your fingers and mind. And how do you do that? There is only one way: friendly challenges. It doesn't matter that during friendly challenges coalitions are not active. All it matters is to create muscle memory of the actions you need to take later on in real battle. When I was going against a 3D with Apollon, I was preparing for 15 to 20 minutes before each battle, as I needed to study the enemy base, memorize the initial steps and deployment location. Nothing was left to chance. That's what you need to do, as dominations is like any other sport. You practice, you get better. You play once every 2 days, you're gonna make mistakes. The more you take friendly challenges, the better you become. This is guaranteed again and again. Your end goal is to deploy your troops in 40 to 50 seconds while you are breaking a wall, causing the mass spawn at the enemy base and deploying and protecting your mid shield. If you do not meet this time frame, you are gonna lose quick victory. Take a look at my routine hit when I am about to take a speed hit. I hit myself and practice the initial moves. It matters not if the battle ends in 5 stars or not. All you should care about is the speed and the accuracy. Try to always make the exact same moves. First the scan, then paratroopers and then generals. Always. Take special note of how many taps I'm doing while I deploy my troops. I use 2 fingers to lay down my troops and a third to select another unit. That makes so much quicker the whole progress. Before this episode is done, let's watch this battle. It's not a difficult one, but he had 3 level 60 generals and I couldn't wait for someone to cook a heavy tank for me. So I took some helis and mortars and attacked with those, but took a heavy tank troop card from the stronghold to help me out. Will it work? Let's see. So the verdict is that you can use anything as bait, but against the 3D bases it has to be heavy tanks. So gamers, don't forget to train yourselves and see you soon.